Maya had always woven her life with threads of unwavering trust, a vibrant tapestry where her family formed the central, unbreakable pattern. Her days, though seemingly ordinary, pulsed with an underlying current of ambitious dreams. The most cherished among them was the vision of her own flower shop, a sanctuary of petals and green leaves, a dream she nurtured with meticulous savings and steadfast determination. Her parents, pillars of strength and affection, and her younger brother, Liam, her playful confidant, represented an anchor in her world, especially after a past personal setback had left her feeling adrift. That earlier failure, a misguided business venture that crumbled despite her best efforts, had taught her resilience. Yet it had also reinforced her reliance on her family's seemingly unconditional love and support. They were her safe harbor, her unwavering foundation. One crisp Tuesday morning, the delicate balance of her existence began to tilt. A formal bank letter lay on the polished mahogany table, its crisp white envelope conspicuously opened and then resealed, a minor detail that snagged at Maya's subconscious. Addressed to her, the contents detailed a significant and entirely unexpected debt linked to a loan taken out years ago. Confusion, sharp and immediate, pierced through her. She reread the figures, the dates, the specific loan type. This was impossible. Maya had no recollection of ever taking out such a loan, nor could she fathom what collateral might have been offered in her name. The sheer absurdity of it made her breath catch. With the ominous letter clutched in her trembling hand, Maya sought out her parents. Her father, usually jovial, turned away, busying himself with a stack of bills. Her mother, typically the family's emotional compass, offered a strained smile, her eyes darting away from Maya's questioning gaze. Their reactions were a disquieting mix of evasiveness and dismissiveness. "Oh, that old thing?" her father mumbled, waving a dismissive hand. "Just a small misunderstanding, darling. An old family matter. Nothing for you to worry your pretty head about." Her mother quickly chimed in. "Yes, dear, we'll handle it. It's truly nothing." Liam, usually quick with a witty remark, was unsettlingly quiet, absorbed in his phone, avoiding eye contact with an intensity that felt alien. A cold tendril of suspicion began to snake its way around Maya's heart. The letter contained specific details, dates, and account numbers, information only she or someone acting directly in her name would possess. Her parents' vague assurances, instead of calming her, only deepened the unease. Later that evening, after her parents had retreated to their room, Maya returned to the letter. She scrutinized the signature, a hasty scrawl that bore her name, yet it was undeniably not her handwriting. It was a crude imitation, just enough to pass a cursory glance. A distant memory flickered. Vague conversations years ago, hushed tones about family investments, or helping out with a little something. Each time, the topic had been abruptly shut down by her parents when she had asked for details. The pieces, disparate until now, began to align with a chilling precision. A profound sense of betrayal, like a slow-acting poison, began to fester within her. Her family, her anchor, her safe harbor, could they have been dishonest? The thought was a seismic shock. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. Driven by a desperate need for answers, Maya delved deeper. She remembered an old box of documents her mother kept in the attic, supposedly filled with old tax records. With a pounding heart, she ascended the dusty stairs. After what felt like an eternity of sifting through forgotten papers, her fingers brushed against a stiff, official-looking document. It was an old bank statement, dated from the same period as the loan mentioned in the letter. And there, emblazoned in undeniable black and white, was her name, attached to an account she had never opened. A significant sum debited without her knowledge. Someone had used her identity. The truth, raw and brutal, had begun to unravel. The cold, hard evidence from the old bank statement ignited a furious determination within Maya. The initial shock gave way to a chilling resolve. She couldn't simply accept this. The truth, however painful, had to be fully unearthed. Secretly, she began her meticulous investigation, contacting the bank referenced in the letter, feigning confusion to extract information. Her inquiries, initially met with bureaucratic resistance, slowly yielded fragments of a larger, more sinister puzzle. She spent hours poring over old family financial records. Some she found hidden in her father's study, others painstakingly requested from various institutions. What she uncovered was a distressing pattern of financial irregularities, all linked to her name, stretching back several years. The loan wasn't an isolated incident. It was one thread in a tangled web. The money, she discovered, had been funneled into her father's struggling business, a venture he had always presented as thriving, a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit. The truth was far grimmer. It had been teetering on the brink of collapse for years, a secret he had meticulously kept from everyone, especially her. The scale of the deception was breathtaking, and with each new piece of evidence, the betrayal intensified, scarring her heart with a deep, festering wound. Her parents, the bedrock of her existence, had systematically dismantled her trust, brick by agonizing brick. The weight of this revelation compelled her to seek out Liam. She found him in his room, headphones on, seemingly oblivious to the seismic shifts occurring within their family home. His usual jovial demeanor was replaced by a nervous fidgeting as Maya, her voice tight with suppressed anger and pain, laid out the evidence. She showed him the bank statement, the loan documents, the forged signature. Liam's eyes widened, his face paling as he absorbed the irrefutable proof. Under the relentless pressure of her gaze, his carefully constructed facade crumbled. He confessed, his words tumbling out in a rush of guilt and fear. He admitted to witnessing their parents forging documents, to overhearing hushed, desperate conversations about using Maya's identity as a last resort. He claimed he was too young then, too scared to speak up, paralyzed by the fear of his parents' wrath and the potential unraveling of their seemingly perfect family unit. A strange mix of anger and pity washed over Maya. Anger at Liam's complicity, however passive, and pity for the young boy who had been forced to bear witness to such a profound deception. His guilt was palpable, his fear for the future evident in his quavering voice. He was torn, caught between a misplaced loyalty to his manipulative parents and the undeniable, crushing weight of the truth. Armed with irrefutable evidence and Liam's confession, Maya confronted her parents. The scene was chaotic, a maelstrom of accusations and desperate denials. When the facts became undeniable, their resistance crumbled, replaced by a torrent of tearful confessions. They admitted everything, but their admissions were laced with desperate justifications. "It was for the family's survival, Maya," her mother wept, her voice hoarse. "We never meant to hurt you, darling. We thought we could fix it, pay it back before you ever knew." Her father, head bowed, muttered about the pressures of his failing business, the shame of admitting defeat. They appealed to her love, her loyalty, attempting to manipulate her into silence, to persuade her that exposing them would only cause more pain for everyone. But Maya's emotional devastation ran too deep for such pleas to sway her. The foundation of her life, built on trust and familial love, lay in ruins. The final crushing blow came with another discovery, buried within a stack of legal documents her father had carelessly left out. Not only had they used her identity for the loan, but they had also mortgaged the very property she had secured for her future flower shop, using it as collateral. The down payment she had saved, the space she had envisioned, filled with vibrant blooms. It was all gone, gambled away in their desperate bid to stave off financial ruin. This was the ultimate betrayal, a direct assault on her most cherished dream, her future. Maya was faced with an impossible choice: protect her family, effectively sacrificing her own future and dreams, or expose their crimes, shattering the illusion of their perfect family and facing the devastating consequences. As if to seal her fate, a final notice arrived from the bank, stark and unequivocal, threatening foreclosure on the property. Her hand was forced. The weight of the bank's final notice crushed Maya, leaving her in an abyss of despair. Her dreams, once vibrant and tangible, now lay in shards around her, mirroring the fractured image of her family. The anger was a constant burning ember, fueled by the audacious betrayal. But beneath it throbbed a profound grief for the loss of what she believed her family to be. Isolation became her unwelcome companion, the world outside her pain seeming distant and irrelevant. The debt was a suffocating blanket, threatening to smother any flicker of hope. She considered legal action, imagining the public shame, the inevitable destruction of her family's already tarnished name, and recoiled. Was vengeance worth utter ruin? She wasn't sure. Just as the darkness threatened to consume her entirely, a lifeline appeared in the most unexpected form. Aunt Clara, her mother's older sister, a woman whose keen eyes had always seen more than she let on, called. Clara had noticed the strained silences during family gatherings, the way Maya's parents avoided her gaze, the forced cheerfulness that masked a deeper unease. She invited Maya for coffee, a simple gesture that blossomed into hours of raw, honest conversation. Clara listened, her face etched with a mixture of sorrow and understanding, offering not judgment, but unwavering support. She reminded Maya of her resilience, her unwavering spirit that had seen her through her past, failed business venture. "You are stronger than you think, Maya," Clara affirmed, her voice soft but firm. "There are always options beyond immediate destruction." Clara helped Maya explore these options. Full legal confrontation might be too costly, both financially and emotionally. Instead, they focused on a path towards partial redemption and recovery, a way to reclaim Maya's future without obliterating her past entirely. Inspired by Clara's guidance, Maya orchestrated a final, emotionally charged confrontation. This was not an ambush, but a carefully planned meeting, devoid of the previous histrionics. She laid bare the full extent of their actions, not with accusations, but with the quiet, devastating truth of the damage they had inflicted. She spoke of her shattered dream, her lost trust, the years of silent sacrifice that had been so cruelly exploited. This time, stripped of their excuses and manipulative appeals, her parents finally seemed to grasp the enormity of their betrayal. Her mother wept, not in self-pity, but with genuine, heart-wrenching remorse. Her father, his shoulders slumped, admitted his profound shame and guilt. For the first time, Maya saw not just their desperation, but a glimmer of true regret. Then Liam, emboldened by Maya's strength and his own burgeoning sense of responsibility, stepped forward. His voice trembling, he offered to help in any way he could, to dedicate himself to making things right. It was a difficult, painful discussion, but it was also a necessary one. A path forward, however arduous, began to emerge, involving a rigorous repayment plan and a public acknowledgement of their wrongdoings, not in court, but within their immediate family and close circle. Maya didn't offer full forgiveness. The wounds were too deep, the betrayal too profound. But she began the arduous process of rebuilding her life, brick by painful brick. The property for her original flower shop was lost, a bitter pill to swallow. Yet, with a renewed sense of purpose and a smaller, more manageable loan secured with Clara's help, she found a new, modest space for her flower shop, a small corner of the city ready for her vision. It was a humble beginning, but it was hers, built on hard-won wisdom and fierce independence. The family relationship was forever changed, irrevocably scarred. The easy warmth was gone, replaced by a cautious respect. Yet, a fragile possibility of healing existed, built not on blind trust, but on the painful honesty that had finally been forced into the light. Standing in her new, modest flower shop, Surrounded by the vibrant hues of fresh blooms, Maya looked out at the bustling street. The bank letter, once a symbol of devastating betrayal, had become the unlikely catalyst for her true independence and strength. She had not forgotten the pain nor the cost, but she had moved forward, her roots now firmly planted in the soil of her own making.